All right, finally got live. I had to go back out and take this one down, or I mean the other one down, and I relabeled. And this time I got a photograph of myself out there. We got one person out there. Thank you for coming because this uh, day has been a complete fucking disaster for me. Uh, and I'll just kind of wait around a minute. I can't see anything on my microphone working. Let me check it out. Make sure it's set right. Damn it. Okay, that's set right. And I've got it muted to the internal mic. All right, we got two people out there. And I apologize if you can't get into the Blue Room. Uh, some folks can, some folks can't. I wanted to start out with the whiny little bitch. I had the first one titled "The Whiny Little Bitch." Was on state TV whining about SCOTUS and in Pennsylvania how unfair it was about the ballots, the mail-in ballots, and about the other bitching he did on state TV was about the final debate would be unfair because they're going to cut his mic off when he's not supposed to talk. Asshole. Damn him. And he's been up to his dirtiest. He's demanding that Barr investigate Hunter Biden immediately. This is the investigation with Giuliani and a Fox producer and New York Post post or their headline with Hunter Biden's emails. The information provided by a pro-Russian Ukrainian politician on the payroll of Russia. Even Giuliani is saying that it might be 50-50 on whether it's true. Give me a damn break, damn asshole. He knows that it's all a bunch of bullshit. But evidently now Rudy Giuliani, anybody can approach him with false information. Oh, let me give it to Donnie. Donnie wants to know this. All right, down to one person watching. I'll keep pushing though. Yesterday, Trump called Biden a criminal, and he said that anybody in the media that didn't report Biden as a criminal was a criminal too. Shit. Hello, Lisa S. Glad to see you. And we got two people out there. And thank you, Lisa, for coming on in. Today's been a mess. I'll get to that in the end. I don't want to bore people with it. Every one of us are tired of the coronavirus interfering with our lives. I know, but there is a rise in cases and hospitalizations and deaths. Why is that happening? Too many people care more about their freedom to help spread the virus. And it doesn't help that Donnie, that's exactly what him and Dr. Atlas are up to. Herd immunity, people. Let's make everybody sick. That's what Donnie's out there doing now. Make everybody sick. And why he thinks that's going to help him win is beyond me. He's not appealing to anybody but his tiny little base. And that's only a third of the people. We have been ruled by a minority for 4 damn years. We're not putting up with that bullshit this time. You don't end the virus by wishing it away, wanting it to go away. Why can't people come together over this issue? Wear a mask and save lives. Don't fall for Trump's lies. The French had a blackout ahead of their 2017 election, which Macron won over Le Pen. And part of the reason they won is because 24 hours before election, none of the media can say anything. They cannot advertise the opponents, or I mean the candidates in the race. They have to keep quiet. And that probably helped win it, because Russia went up to the last second trying to get Le Pen elected. And unfortunately, we don't have a media blackout law in the U.S. Yesterday, the Russians that hacked in the nation of Georgia, the South Korean Olympics, and American businesses have been indicted by our DOJ. Of course, they didn't bring out Barr to do that. And they're not doing anything about the interference in 2020, according to the Justice Department. New York Times, U.S. officials warned Russia would launch attack in 2020 U.S. election that mimics the 2017 French election attack. Their president doubles down on dumb. People are starving in this country, waiting in lines for food, and the deal maker blames it on the Speaker of the House, Pelosi. What about the Senate and the power to negotiate? Where are the tests that you promised? Remember, he promised 150 million quick result tests. Like all his promises, nothing came of it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, let me get this one aside too. All right. Again and again, he promises, and as usual with Ding Dong Donnie, he promises and he doesn't deliver. I heard last night the mayor of Wichita, Kansas, is receiving death threats over a mask order for the city. Just like the governor of Michigan and even Dr. Fauci. We all know who incited these domestic terrorists. Their president of the U.S. Words matter, Donnie, but that's what you're doing, because we can't personally charge you with anything, you criminal. He is trying to incite the murder of people like Dr. Fauci, the mayor of Wichita, Kansas, and the governor of Michigan. And that's not so bad, but he doubles down on it because he knows these people will keep trying. I don't know what he thinks he's going to gain by a bunch of damn right-wing radicals and terrorists going out killing people or kidnapping them. But I guess he thinks that works. It works for his base, which again is only 1/3 of this country. 1/3. 2/3 of us are not going to put up with your ass for another 4 years. Uh, and what does their president do? He doubles down on stupid because he knows. And I hate to say this, I know there's a lot of good Republicans. That's why I'm out here. I want you to vote for Biden. We don't need an autocrat. That's what this man is. And he stands for all the wrong things. Right wing extremism. Go out to the left, though. Antifa fought in World War II, but they're bad people. Yeah. Why? Because your regime, Donnie, is fascist. That's what it's all about. Uh, and what is the root of the matter? With the spread of the coronavirus? A mask. A mask. A freaking mask is what this is all about. New York Times. In the national crisis, this was a complete series in their editorial, where they usually do at the most one page. This is several pages. Uh, oh, and I loved the section of it. It was Christ, in the national crisis, the case against Donald Trump. Donald Trump can't solve uh, the nation's pressing problems because Donald Trump is the nation's most pressing problem. And there's no trust to provide information about COVID. He keeps telling people it's going to go away. Oh. Now I'm getting to a little darker ink here. We are at 220, 220,000 dead Americans, and 8.2, about to reach 8.3 million confirmed cases. You're doing a good job, Donnie. You're really getting it spread around. You have taken the Midwest with all this Be Free and places like North Dakota. They now have large number of hospitalizations, deaths, because you decided to stir them up and tell them they needed to be free and do whatever they want. Dr. Fauci, this is a national poll I saw out there. And this was before Donnie contracted the coronavirus. And it is the most recent poll. Dr. Anthony Fauci, how much he is trusted. 68% of the people before Donnie got sick trusted him. Donald Trump, 40%. Anthony Fauci. Now, now Ding Dong Donnie, he's running against Dr. Fauci. Not against Biden. All of a sudden, he's running against Fauci. After calling Fauci an idiot, and the CNN pundits, he called them bastards. Dumb bastards, I might add to that. And he is afraid to fire Fauci. He can't. He knows he can't. He's too popular. And I believe by now early voting is at 30 million. As of probably today, I'm seeing varying on that. CNN was saying 28 million, MSNBC saying 30 million, and I just heard a while ago 32 million. Uh, Record early voting across the nation. Black votes matter. Black voters are showing up in record numbers across the country in places like Alabama and Georgia and the rest of the nation. What does this mean for Jamie Harrison and John Assoff? Democrats have to take over the Senate, or Joe Biden winning won't be able to get anything done. With Mitch McConnell, John Assoff spoke about early black voting. They are waiting for the time, for the line as long as 10 to 12 hours to make sure their votes count. John talked about why trying to suppress uh, their voting rights is galvanizing that voting. And both candidates, Harrison in South Carolina and Assoff in Georgia, are in very tight races. And in fact, in both races, in some polls, the Democrat is in the lead. I don't pay so much attention to polls, but I know that we can get this done. And I think from early voting, it couldn't all be Republican. Let's see. I'm looking for a page 8, folks. It's here somewhere. Ah, there it is. I've got very dry skin from all this hand washing. Those races can be won. Turnout is the key. Rule changes to upcoming last debate before the election. Each candidate's mic will be muted while the other is speaking, except in response questions, where they get to snipe at each other. But at least they'll cut Donnie off when Biden can point and talk to the American people about that dumbass in the White House. And Donnie also, another thing he was whining about yesterday was a female moderator. We know how he feels about moderators that are female in particular. Oh, shit. You can't make this shit up because we all know, evidently, he hated his own mother or something. He has a deep-seated problem with women of authority. And Donnie also said he has nothing to do with the Senate candidates. Why? Because a lot of them are going to lose their damn seat. So, therefore, it's just like everything else. He said that that is a separate thing. He's actually throwing those loyal to him under the bus. You could almost feel sorry for those in races that will lose because of him. Hey, that's what you get. Loyalty to him means nothing. He doesn't owe that to you. It's all about him. He knows better than the generals, the scientists, any and everyone that doesn't agree with him, or even if they're loyal to him. it is oh, when it comes to QAnon, I'm getting into the good part. It's a conspiracy theater. Just look at Pizzagate, the basement of the pizzeria, uh, Ping Pong Comet. It didn't have a basement. It was built on a slab. Oh, wait a minute. They must have been hiding the basement. The basement was only there, and then they built the building on a slab for this guy to go in and find out with an AR-15 there wasn't any damn basement. And that goes back a long ways. We have heard the thing about deep state for longer than Trump's been around. I heard that parts of this go all the way back, goes all the way back almost 100 years that, the government is doing all this bullshit. Well, I can tell you, I don't know of any Democrats that are eating babies. All right, let me see if I got anything else in that. Yeah, and he went in there to kill people like Hillary Clinton, and quickly found out that there wasn't any basement in the building. So that can we call that a failed deep state? Talk about pedophiles. Let's talk about their president. Connection to Jeffrey Epstein and his female recruiter that Trump knows. Today, Donnie is unhappy with SCOTUS over PA, or I already did that part. But that's about all I've got. Now, I can talk about a few minutes, and I'll make it very brief. Hello, Netta. Glad to see you out there. I kind of figured with it being on this late, it wouldn't get a lot of views. That's why I'm going to be counting on y'all to help me get this shared. I will be taking my time. I've had a rough day. DirecTV called at 10:03 a.m. this morning and said that their guy was on the way. It got to be 5 till 4 p.m. and nobody had showed up. After 4 attempts talking to Indians or Pakistanis, Stanis on the phone, I finally called the 1-800 number that ends in 5,000, and I guess they make note that I'd already called in twice. Those Indians refused to let you talk. You have a right. And I was told by a lady named Kersey here in Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, you have a right as a DirecTV customer to talk to onshore or Americans about your problem with DirecTV. These two that I talked to today refused to let me talk to an American or their supervisor, which I was advised. Tell them you want to talk to their supervisor. Well, it looks like, I got to wind this up pretty quick. It's saying that the battery power is rapidly going down. Let me check. Okay, at 19%. I'll wrap this one up. Ultimately, what we ended up, I got a hold of a lady named Mary from the United States, and she lined me up with another appointment. All I want is to replace what they call the tower, or it's a video bridge, and that's what the problem is. And the service technician closed the ticket on our service today like he had been here. Give me a break. And I'm stuck with them till October of 2021 unless I want to pay them I think it's 200 and something damn dollars to end the contract. Oh, shit. Bad day, folks. Bad day. But it's a good day for us because Donnie is losing his freaking mind before the American public and whining and bitching wherever he goes. And he thinks it helps him. He's not growing any base. He's not gaining any voters. He's scaring the hell out of suburban women. So I feel like we can look forward to at least we're replacing him. We've got to replace the Senate. And I think it only takes about 4 seats and we've gained majority. I want more than the majority, but I'll settle for the majority. Take that back, keep our position in the House, and put Joe Biden. I'm riding with Biden. We're going to get the man in. We'll get the job done. Have a good one. I will. I'll skip putting my memes out a little late, and I usually do it between 2 different shows. So uh, since I did Facebook yesterday and this today, I put out the meme yesterday. You can find it. If you can help me out, I appreciate it. If you just want to send me cards, letters, or whatever, I understand. But I do appreciate anything and everything. We got to keep this going, people. And with that, I will leave you now. Peace. Resist, persist, and I insist. Keep calling Congress at 202-224-3121. We will take back this country. They can do what they want with the Supreme Court. We'll work around it. We just got to take everything back in our government, and we can help change this government back to what we had before that sorry ass got in office. All right. Have a good one. Go down, like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. And I will see you later. Have a good one. Bye bye. Share this shit.